As I told the team, for 27, 28 minutes, I really like what I saw. Obviously, for the last 12, I feel like everybody else. I didn't like the way we played. 76-48, I went to the bench. We had some guys make some mistakes that came in off the bench, committed some fouls that got them in the bonus quicker than I would like. And then they got a little momentum, and when we came back with the starters, we were really stagnant. And I think we had, we turned it over, 3 times in a row at 78-53, and then 5 times in a row at 85-67. And some of our older, more experienced guys are turning it over. And it's early in the year. We'll learn from it. We're going to take some of the good things that we did, and we're going to build on those. And then we're going to work to correct some of the mistakes. It's college basketball. It's November. It's been a long 30 days of practice. Some guys are still trying to figure out their roles. We got some guys coming back off injury and surgery that aren't quite there yet. And we're playing some young guys in some pretty prominent roles. So there's going to be some peaks and valleys to what we do. And, I understand Xavier struggled with Lehigh tonight. UConn got beat by Wagner, who was a team we played last year. So it's college basketball in November. It's not going to be as pretty as we all would like. And obviously I would have liked to slam the door when it was 76-48, but it didn't happen. The positive is we found a way to win the game, and there's going to be a lot of film that we can learn from. And that's the way we're going to approach it. It's one game, and right now it's in the right side of the column.
Student athletes first. Justin, what did you make of your first go-around in an official college basketball game?
It was fun being out there with my guys and being able to play. There were some good things I did, and there were some bad things that I did also, and it would be fun just to see the snowball effect as I pick up the consistency and become a good player in this school.
You seem like you're pretty comfortable. A couple lobs for dunks on back-to-back possessions, and you even tried a behind-the-back pass there in the second half. Were you pretty comfortable out there?
Yeah, I'm comfortable, and I just need to learn to play through fatigue. That's when I begin to become uncomfortable. So if I learn to play through fatigue and just play hard every single possession with consistency, then I'll be fine.
As Eric mentioned it, just the start. I mean, just describe your emotions and your feelings getting off to the start the way you did. Like you said, a couple lobs, and Marcus had a breakaway layup. I mean, it looked like you guys were pretty hyped there at the beginning.
Yeah, I never felt that emotion before. I haven't played a game in almost a year and a half. So it's fun feeling those emotions of in the game time emotions, and those plays I just have to learn how to build off those going into when I come back in for the second go around, and then I'll be fine.
Well, the way you finished, does it sour your feeling on it? I mean, are you able to kind of it's a win, so you feel good, but how do you sort of assess stuff?
I feel good because it's a win, and it's a way to just break the ice and kind of get the season started. But this just kind of brings back some feelings from last year of us losing some leads. Marquette at home, Georgetown on the road, and I'm really not into myself this year except for my turnovers, and having 7 regardless of how many minutes I played or what the scenario is unacceptable. So right now, that's just what my mood is, because I feel like I didn't give us a chance to really get shots up, or even chances for second chance opportunities. And when I turn it over, they go on the run and they get transition 2-on-1, 3-on-2. So it puts us in a tough spot. So that's just where I just want to get better at is, even when teams give up, teams go on runs, just still staying solid with the ball.
Well, what did you think of how the newcomers did? Marcus and Justin. How do you grade them as kind of the leader of this team?
I'm proud of them just because they worked hard through all the adversity and through the tough times they had to go through with both redshirt. But I'm just not surprised by them. I actually expect a little more, just because I'm with them every day and I know their potential. But you want to start somewhere, and I think this is a great start for them to come out and get a good taste of the crowd and just to get their feet wet without having played in a year and a half.
Do you think any part of tonight in the second half was just a loss of focus?
That's all it is in all actuality. You know, it's easy to be crisp when when you're fresh. As Justin mentioned, when we get tired, our decision making needs to sharpen up instead of getting loose. And I think that's what it was. And I also think it was a little bit of, they had a run and, us trying to stop them in one play and realizing that we got to just play Creighton basketball to get the lead back to where we had it before. So just being able to keep that focus for 40 minutes is challenging, but that's what makes, the good teams the good teams.
2 more for the student athletes.
Justin, you're going to be taking a pretty big step up on Tuesday when you play Wisconsin. I know that you're barely out of this game, but kind of what do you think of what that difference is going to be when you go against a Big Ten team?
It'll be a big game. I just want to play my game. If I play my game, I'll be successful. I just want to build off today, defensively, mainly because they got a good front court. So just us as we're going practice, watch film, and clean up the defensive mistakes, and then we should be fine as a team.
You hit a couple threes, and I know you spent a lot of time working on your shots just one game, but do you have more confidence in terms of just pulling up and taking some shots when they leave you open?
Yeah, I'm more confident in it just because I've spent a lot of time in the gym, and I'm getting encouraged, from Coach Mack. So when I have a shot to knock it down. But just what I try to do is to not settle for it early and, still realize that I got to get my teammates shots first, even though I do make a couple shots. So just keeping that mindset that my teammates first, and then the floor will open up for me, and I'll just take advantage of what the defense gives me.
Thanks, fellas.
Yep.
See you tomorrow.
Continue on. Questions for Coach Greg McDermott?
Assessment of the newcomers, I guess, especially Justin. How do you think he played out there?
Yeah, I thought he got off to a fast start, and I thought he was active on both ends of the floor early. And, as he said, like most young players, learning to play through fatigue is the next step. And, that's going to determine how extended of minutes he can play. Right now, 3 or 4 at a time, and he needs a break. So, but he's come light years from a year ago in that regard, and he's going to continue to grow in that area. But the good news is I thought Zach came in and gave us some quality minutes. We were able to get 11 and 15 minutes respectively out of Zach and Cole, which is probably about where we're at with those guys right now.
Probably kind of silly to ask, but how much better do you think you need to be for Wisconsin after tonight?
Well, if we're the team that scored 76 points in about 28 minutes, we'll be fine. If we're the team that scored 13 in the last 12 minutes, then we're in trouble. And obviously our attention to detail defensively was really good at times, and at times it was lax. And, I went a little deeper in the bench tonight probably than I'm going to go on Tuesday. But that's part of learning and growing and everything that goes with this. So we'll need a great effort. We're playing a heck of a basketball team. And we made mistakes tonight, too many mistakes. I thought a lot of uncharacteristic mistakes, especially, Maurice doesn't. I'd venture to guess he's not going to turn it over 7 times in a game the rest of the year. He didn't do it very much last year. It's just one of those games. And Wisconsin's a team that does not beat themselves. We're going to have to beat them. It's going to be a physical game, and they're a top 10 team for a reason. They're experienced, they're tough, they're hard nosed, they get great shots defensively. They're very tough minded. So we're going to have to be better, and we know that. But I have to make sure that I take out of this some of the good things we did tonight as well, which we did some really good things. But it didn't end well, so that's what everybody remembers, including me right now.
2 more for Coach.
Just the way you guys started and even into the second half offensively, what was going on?
Well, the ball was moving. I thought we made the extra pass. I thought we were putting pressure on the rim in transition with our big guys getting down the floor, or in a ball screen dive into the rim. And then, then we weren't as sharp after that. So when the ball moves with this team, we're really good, and when we make good decisions, we get a chance because we have a lot of weapons offensively, and it's just a matter of putting it together on the defensive end and make sure we're playing that end with the same intensity that we're running on one way on offense. We need to make sure we're running equally as fast or faster back on the defensive end.
Greg, you've had some teams here that have kind of struggled defensively. I mean, have you seen any red flags? I mean, I know it's only the first game, but in practice and so forth, does that look like that's going to be a challenge for you this season?
Well, I mean, the challenge has been in practice. We haven't had Cole and Zach and Martine missed a fair amount with a sprained ankle coming off, and then he's coming off the knee surgery as well. So, from a front line standpoint, you got Justin, who's a freshman. We're sliding Ronnie over to the 4 and Toby. So we're relatively inexperienced there, and with the guys that have been healthy. So that's a big part of what we have to improve upon is just our ball screen defense. The late game stuff, we executed a switch. Justin did a great job executing a switch. They set another screen, and he didn't switch that one, and they had an open 3. I mean, that young guys having to be put in positions to learn. So we were actually defensively last year. We had a pretty good year defensively, especially in Big East play. But like every team in the country, there's a lot of things to clean up at this stage of the season, and we'll hit the practice floor tomorrow, and we'll begin that process. But you need to play somebody else to have that happen. And so while I'm disappointed that we didn't play well the last 12 or 13 minutes, there's more value in what happened than us winning by 35 points because I have their attention now. So they will listen tomorrow in practice, and they'll listen Sunday in practice, and they'll listen Monday in practice. So there may be a silver lining there that I think I'll have their full attention. They'll be engaged in practice tomorrow afternoon.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.